remember the very first lesson that we did a while back, we talked about the meaning of percent. The symbol percent sign is read as percent. Percent means per 100 or out of 100. So these little boxes, we remember always have 100 little boxes in them. So you need to figure out how many boxes are total here. So it looks like it's 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 82. Because it tells you right up here. So we know, so it's 82%. Here we have 30%. This one's a little more difficult because of how they set it up, but it's 10, this one, it is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So, whoops. 27% means 27 per 100. So if it was a fraction, it'd be 27 out of 100. If it was a decimal, it would be 0.27. All right, I'm gonna go on. So if you were to write 35%, 35% as a decimal and as a fraction, it would be 0.35 or 35 over 100. Then if I reduce this or simplified it, we would divide both top and bottom by 5. So then we get 7 out of 20. All right. I'm going to clear this again. Should I change my color? All right, so some practice real quick. We'll do a couple of these. So write each percent as a decimal and a fraction. So you have 13%. If that was a decimal, it would be 0.13. A fraction, 13 over 100. All right. Now, how about you guys try 7%? Okay, so hopefully you got 0.07, where you need 2 digits, or 7 over 100. That's as reduced as it can be there. One more from this last. How about if you did 50% as a decimal and a fraction? So if it was a decimal, it ends up being 0.5. You could put this 0, but it usually just ends up getting dropped at the end. And you'd have 50 over 100. And if you reduce that, it'd be 1 over 2. Because you divide both top and bottom by 50. And then you'd see 1 over 2. All right. Moving on to lesson 3 here. Renaming fractions and decimals as percents. So this is where we did changing something like 0.237 to a percent. So this is where you have to move this decimal point over 1, 2. So you get 23.7%. Same thing if we looked at changing, what this one? 0.4, well, that's fun colors, to a percent. It's 0.40, if you will. then if you're moving this over, you'd have 40%. Right? Some other practice here. .46. So if you move this over 1, 2, you get 46%. You had 0.00312. So then it becomes 3%. I try this one to start with 0.9. So like 1, 2, 90%. Oh, let's see. How about 0.04612. So you end up 4.6%. One more since I went a little too fast that time. 0.253. So around 1, 2, you get 25.3%. All right. The next part of this lesson, we were talking about changing a fraction to a percent by dividing the denominator by the numerator. So that's when we had 3/5. So we're gonna go 5 and 3. So we obviously can't do 5, 3. It's not big enough. So we're gonna add a point, decimal point, and a 0. So how many times is 5 going to 30? 6 times, right? Because 5 times is 30. So it's a 0. So your answer here ends up being 60%. Right, some more practice. If you had 3/4, so you have 4 divided by 3. We have to add that. So how many times does 4 go into 30? 7, right? And 4 times 7 is 28. So we're going to have left over here another 0. 4 into 25 times. So I'm getting way over there. So what does that end up being? 1, 2, 75%. Try 5/9. The first thing you have to do here is 9. Okay, how many times is 9? You guys try to figure that one out. Right, how many times does 9 go into 50 evenly? 5 times, because 9 times 5 is 45. It's 5, and this is where we start getting repeating, right? Because if I put on the 0 here, I'm just going to get 5 again, and so on. 1, 2, so it's going to be basically 55% repeating. It's a harder one. One more, how about 2 divided by 3? So 3 into 2. How many times does 3 go into 20? So we're going to have 6, right? 3 times 6 is 18. 2 left over. Shouldn't put it over this far, but it is what it is. Get another 6. It's another repeating 1. So 66%. Because the 6 is like, going to keep going. All right, lesson 3 was renaming fractions and decimals as percents. So this had 35% of 60 is 21. So remember, this is the base. That's the rate. This is the base. And this is the percent. So if you had 35% of 40 is 14. So that would be the rate. This would be the base. And this, of course, is the percent. All right. This one's set up a little differently. Keep doing that. 4.5 is 18% of 25. So what's our rate? That's our rate. 18%. This is the base then. And this part is the percent. They like to mix it up on us and move things around. The next one. So we have 20% of 82. This of is key. The rate and the base are going to go together. So this is the rate. And this is the base. We don't know the percent. All right, next lesson was lesson 5, finding the percentage. So this is where we have 34%. They really like 34, don't they? 34% of 38 is what number? So we have a 0.34, this one, times this right here, times 38. We don't know that part. So you can use your calculator and then multiply these two. So you should get 12.92 minus n. So we don't know that. That's just what it's gonna be. Equals n.